boys in blue are back.
Back!
We're back, baby!
Yelich, he finishes that shot! And another save! Max Fried!
Welcome to another episode of the City Boys.
Welcome to another episode of the City Boys Show. I'm Javier. This is Danny.
What is up?
I'm hyped. It's good to be back. It's good to talk about the team we love, especially when they're winning.
5 games undefeated.
Well, you know we never record pods when we win. That's why it's been a couple weeks. We finally get to talk about our team winning. I love it. I like to see it. I'm excited. I'm passionate.
Exactly. What were we doing while that 2-week break?
You went to see the game. How was our last game? I know we don't like to talk about previous games, but
I think the cool thing about the previous game was that was the game where there was the rain delay. I did a summary of it, so I think most people caught that. But I think what was interesting was just having Chanot in the stands, bro. We got reached out. I'm forgetting the name now of someone and said Chanot's just chilling in the stands. We went, and with the rain delay, we went to go look for him. He was just chilling, bro.
You talked to him?
Talked to him.
He was looking handsome, right?
Always, bro.
Yo, wasn't LAFC playing?
No, the day before, bro.
My guy don't care. Maybe he's injured.
He was playing in New England, so they were right there, and then he got home.
He was like, "Nah, I'm not going with you guys back home. I'm going to New York with the boys."
He said, "I gotta go work on my business, La Fabrique."
How's his academy doing, bro?
Yeah, he said that's
I
where
asked him. I wanted to join. He never invited me to this camp.
He said it's mostly for good players. That's why. I said I like pitched it. I was like, you ever think about doing like older players who just want to get into soccer? And he was like, yeah. He did not give a shit about that idea.
Wait, did you actually do that?
I did.
You're an idiot, bro. There is no upside for him to do that.
Why not?
I don't want this 35-year-old player who's never going to get signed by anybody to be in my academy. You make no sense.
Bro, there's a whole org. Give you better players, a real company that exists, and that's what they're doing.
That's so dumb.
That's a real thing.
So,
and imagine this. You got coached by a professional center back. That's a big deal.
That's dumb. But you did have an interesting conversation with him about like returning back to NYCFC. What went down?
Well, this is before the Raul signing, right? So then it was, and
no,
Thiago
I think that
Martins
was after the Raul signing.
Thiago Martins was injured. I don't think Raul was signed at that point officially. I think that just happened a few days ago.
No, I think it's signed because I remember making my stupid voicemail on Instagram the day before the game.
Oh,
but it
you're
right.
Matter. Point is, we needed the depth at center back.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, come back to New York. And he was like, I don't think the team will take me back as a player. But maybe they'll take me as a future capacity for something else.
But that's interesting on its own. Like, that kind of statement saying, I don't think they would want me back is a huge statement. That's not like something like to go. That means there was a falling out. Like, I mean, we already all knew this kind of, but it just validates everything that there was a falling out between him and the club.
Yeah.
Will he come back as a coach? Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe when David Lee is gone.
Him and Maxi coaching. Maxi.
Oh, that'd be fire.
Maxi's the main coach. Chanot's his assistant coach. Just towering over him like, good call.
That would just be a cool like dynamic on the sideline because of the height difference. I like that. Let's make that happen one day.
Any other interesting things? I missed Yankee Yankee night, but they were selling the hats online.
I saw. Did you buy one?
I bought one.
Wow.
I was so mad because I wanted it for the show. I wanted everybody to be like, yo, look at me with the Yankee hat. Didn't happen. But it's in the mail. I was so mad though because I had to pay for shipping. Bro, $6 of shipping.
Bro, it's 2025. Why are we still charging for shipping?
I know. Like, just make Amazon send it to me.
Exactly.
All right. I think we're ready to talk.
All right. Yeah. I guess the banter's done. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Big game. NYCFC versus Cincinnati. Going into this game, how'd you feel? I mean, we already were unbeaten in 4 at this point. We look pretty solid. Oh, and that's not including Leagues Cup. I know it gets technical with that stuff, but we looked pretty decent against Nashville, right? You were at that game. were you feeling confident coming into this game?
It's not 100% confident, right? But I would say, I know we lost against Toluca, but we looked really solid against that team. I actually came out there very inspired by the team's play, and to see what they did in Nashville versus another great team was interesting. So I thought, was I concerned? Yes, but having Martins back in the lineup made me feel a little good about that, and he stepped up this game.
Yeah, talking about I want to say we've been these last couple games not coming off to hot starts, so that was a worrisome going into this game. Hey, look, we're not a team that starts off hot. You're on the road. You're against the number one team on the East in FC Cincinnati. So it could have been one of those games where you let it slip 20 minutes into this game because they're an aggressive team. They have a Vander. They have those attacking players that are dangerous. So I think that was my main concern. Okay, are we going to start off hot? And this team did start off hot. And maybe you could credit to Thiago Martins. Maybe you could credit to Fernandez playing on the right versus the left. But yeah, it was good to see us finally start off hot. What was I guess your main reason why you think we started off hot? I
honestly think to two people I would call out is Martins and O'Neal, right? Martins is so important, right? What causes a team to not start strong? I would say a young team, right? It's just like a con of a young team. You get caught off step. You're not really following it. You start a little shaky. And so I feel like Martins back in that lineup brings that veteran status that says, team, keep it up. And you saw him. He was just very vocal, coordinating again. I think you never notice how important Martins is to the team until when Martins is not on the team. Isn't it crazy? When was the last time we had a clean sheet? And we got it here against this team. And so I think it's just one of those things where having Martins in the lineup and O'Neal, who's also kind of a veteran on the team, O'Neal had a fantastic game this game. And we can talk more about that later. But I want to credit, I think, Martins coming back for not having that slow start.
Yeah, and to credit Martins even more is if we looked at their expected goals, they only had 0.61 of an expected goal. So they really had not that many dangerous opportunities. And we compare that to Nashville, that they had a 1.56. They had a higher expected goal than us in that game. So it just goes to show, Thiago Martins is holding down that back line. And he has a lot of critics on our team. This was clearly one of those, performances where you're yeah, we need this guy. And it's clear, when he's on the field, he's a difference maker for that back line. So I just feel we need him out there.
And he didn't even look 100%, honestly. He looked a little nimble. He looked like he wasn't going hard, coming back slowly. But that he played 90 minutes on his first day back. I just want to credit Tana, by the way. Tana had some big shoes to fill, and he was reckless before, when he would get time before. And I think Tana stepped up to the plate, while Martins was gone.
I mean, Tana was still reckless. He headbutted one of those Toluca players. So I wouldn't say he wasn't reckless, but I do give credit to Tana that in that gap between not having him and getting him, Thiago Martins being out, it was huge to have Tana play the way he did.
What do you think the back line, Raul is definitely going to be here soon. What do you think is going to happen with having Martins, Raul, and Haak, who's been pretty unbelievable since Burke Reese has left the team, or even before Burke Reese left? It's probably the big reason why Burke Reese left the team. What happens now?
That's going to get complicated. And I think, didn't you have some rumors that you heard about this Haak stuff?
Yeah, so I heard it was mentioned by Trey, I think broke the news.
From Blue Balls.
From Blue Balls, Trey from Blue Balls.
So listen to that podcast.
Yes, and it was also mentioned on a few other podcasts and on Twitter that Haak was in negotiations with the team this year for a contract extension, and that what the team offered, Haak's team thought was too low. And since then, there just hasn't been communication between the team about his contract. And then recently, there's been rumors about Haak going to the Rangers. And so it's like, are these the final days of Haak? The European transfer window ends September 1st. So there's still some time. And the question is, Haak going to be here September 1st?
Wait, if our transfer window closes, we can still transfer out a player? How does that work?
So. I think we just can't sign players.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, more conspiracy theory. Raul Gustavo played with Janssen in a previous team with him.
Yes.
So, I mean, if I'm Haak, first you didn't give me the money I want. Then you sign this guy, Raul Gustavo, and I'm kind of the center back that you guys put me in this role. It feels like the writing's on the wall, but it feels weird because it looks like Janssen has so much confidence in Haak. Haak basically has played every game this season. So, I mean, I would hate to see Haak leave. Especially, I don't know what they're lowballing him or. Give the guy some money. You've been lowballing this guy for like the last 3 years. Yeah. Granted, he wasn't playing, but I think he deserves whatever he's getting. And we haven't seen enough from Raul Gustavo. Well, we haven't seen anything from Raul Gustavo yet. But I also, from like their fan, from I forget what the previous team he was, they were like saying like, this guy's wild. Like, like he makes some really bad mistakes at times. Hopefully that's not true. We'll see how that plays out. But I don't want to see Haak leave.
I don't want to see him leave either. And I'm also interested to see what Janssen's thought process is. Like, I think, does Janssen want Haak to stay on the team? I don't know. I think early on we saw that Janssen liked to play 3 in the back. And we even see in a lot of these games that, like, on defense, they're playing 4 on the back. But on offense, they quickly transition to a 3 in the back. Sometimes even 2 in the back. And so my thought is, are they going to keep Haak, and then the 3 in the back is Haak, Raul, Thiago Martins, and then you put Gray floating up, you put maybe O'Toole floating up, and then you have a midfield of
But then it limits your midfield, right? Because now you're still gonna have your wing backs, but then you want 3 center backs. I don't know.
But that's kind of how they've been playing on offense. Like if you saw today,
understand that, but you have a right back or a left back who's staying in the back with you. If you're saying you want 3 center backs, Gustavo, Haak, and Thiago Martins, then it kind of eliminates one of those wing backs, basically.
Yeah, get rid of O'Toole.
No, O'Toole's progression up forward and like his nonstop pace is very effective.
I don't know. I think if I'm in this situation where we have all 3 center backs staying, you put
we haven't even seen anything from Gustavo first.
I mean, we didn't sign him, so then we could just keep him there.
Thiago's coming back from injury. Granted, he just got 90.
He just played 90 minutes.
I know. What I'm saying is, you never know. He is a little more injury prone. This isn't the first injury for Thiago Martins.
That's our captain, bro. Stop talking trash about him.
Captain. I never heard somebody say a captain. I don't know. That's an interesting problem that we do. Well, we might not even have that problem because Pereira got injured this game.
Yes.
So you could technically put Haak in the midfield, have Gustavo but do you like Haak in the midfield?
No. Because, let's think about this. Who had one of the most solid games today? Or this game? Aiden O'Neill, right? And why has just a few weeks ago, I was like, I don't know how I feel about Aiden O'Neill. And I think why I felt that way was because we kind of came with this, the team kind of promised this like box-to-box midfielder, right? And what we're seeing is actually, let's not have him play box-to-box. Let's let him be a James Sands-esque player. So then you have him stay back. And that's what you saw this game. Aiden O'Neill stayed back. He stuck with Evander. And then he also is able, because he does have the ability to pass, to get those right passes off from the closer to the back line. And so I think that's what we're going to see from Aiden O'Neill. We're going to see Aiden O'Neill play a more defensive position and only progress forward when there's maybe opportunities in there. Which means you don't want another of the same type of player in that other midfield position, right? You want a Pereira there. Pereira's not there. Parks isn't there. I think you have to bring in Johnny Shore.
Gotcha. So you're saying you're saying this guy is more of a defensive guy, so then you want more of an attacking forward. So if you have Haak out there, they're kind of playing that same role.
Exactly.
Got it. But then we leave Haak on an island then. No, as in he doesn't have a position to play. And it doesn't make any sense because he's one of our best players this season.
This is why you go with 3 in the back.
No, this is why you don't put Gustavo on the field.
No way you signed Gustavo to not play him, bro.
I wonder what we signed him for. I didn't even check.
$10. I don't know. But I think we paid a good penny for him.
We always overpay these Brazilian. So we had some good chances early in this first half. We were the more dominant team. Alonso Martinez, he had that chance outside the box that hit the crossbar. But then he scores in the second half. That score, Aiden O'Neill intercepts the ball, passes a beautiful pass to Maxi. Maxi kind of does a lead pass, but it was basically all Alonso. Like, I don't know how Alonso did it, but he kind of put the ball, he was between like 3 defenders and then like drew them in and then was able to poke the ball out and lead himself to have a one-on-one situation with the goalkeeper. Alonso, beastly,
bro. So clinical. I thought what was really interesting is just how clinical he is, and this isn't even the type of game that he likes to play, which I found really interesting. The game against Nashville, and I think you're looking at the expected goals for the wrong game, by the way, because this is the Nashville game. But
I didn't say any stats, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. But what was interesting about the game against Nashville in the press conference, you know, he scored in that game too, I believe. And we were like, what do you think of Alonso Martinez's play and stuff of that sort? And he mentioned Alonso Martinez likes the way he's used in Costa Rica, but that doesn't work for our team. And so he has to adjust to play what works for our team. And he's getting better at that. And I think what you're seeing is an Alonso Martinez that has to run 20, 30 plus yards to get that opportunity, right, with those lead passes. And it's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort, but that he's able to go from a left wing, right wing to a striker and have to play striker in a different way that he wants to play striker and then still be that clinical. I just think it's so impressive. So love Alonso Martinez.
So with that goal, he has now the 3rd most goals scored in club history, only behind David Villa and Valentin Castellanos.
Wow.
If you can start predicting, because we had it's funny because I was criticizing Alonso Martinez early in the season. I criticized him last playoffs. And it's kind of the same thing I did to Valentin Castellanos. I criticized him. We all criticized him when he didn't finish chances. And then he became one of our most clinical finishers, was a beast. If you had to predict the trajectory of Martinez, do you think he can get eventually to that Castellanos? Or, I mean, David Villa had 77 goals, but that's also because of the amount of years he played. Do you think he could get to that level of player?
I think he has a very different skill set than Taty Castellanos. And we talked about this very early on in the season on whether he was as good of a striker as Taty Castellanos. And I do think he's more clinical than Taty Castellanos, and I thought that before, and I think that now. And I think where Taty Castellanos exceeded expectations was his aerial game. But I think the sky's the limit for Alonso. I mean, Alonso is 25, so I would say he's an older player. So this is maybe peak Alonso Martinez, but this is good enough in my opinion.
I would say he's an older player. When did Taty? I don't know how old Taty is, but
Taty, I don't know how old Taty is. Maybe you can look that up real quick. But I think Taty, when he left the team, he was definitely a little younger, I believe, and he was progressing still. We have too many computers open right now. Valentin Castellanos. He's 26.
So he left us 24?
24, 23?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little different.
I mean, they're not that much different in age gap. But
that's true.
But I'm just saying, I think what we're seeing from him is becoming very beastly. And I can no longer doubt Alonso Martinez. I doubted him last year in the playoffs, which he did. I think he's progressed a lot more since last year, since even earlier in this year, because I felt like there was times where, and even in this game, in that second half, he had a shot that it was impossible to miss. It was like 88th minute or somewhere in the second half, and the ball was crossed to him, and it's like it was harder to miss than make the goal. And he decided to miss it.
Yeah.
So I'm still critical of him, but he's still our best player by far in that striker clinical role. But he is getting to that level of like. I haven't done the math behind it, but how fast did he get his 30 goals versus David Villa was probably pretty fast, but Valentin Castellanos, I think he probably got it a lot more faster than him.
Let's say the season ended right now. We're in the off season. Would you say the team needs to sign a new striker?
No.
Starting striker?
No, we need a backup striker for sure because we got rid of Mutsa Bakra, even though maybe we needed it before we got rid of Mutsa Bakra. But no, I wouldn't say we need a striker. You think we need a striker?
No, I don't think we need a striker.
Yeah.
I'm happy with Alonso Martinez.
Maxi's play. We just talked. We gave him love for that pass. He got the assist on that, I believe. You've been talking a lot about this. You think Maxi's retiring after this season?
100%. And
I don't. He doesn't. He still looks good out there.
You know what? Also, I talked about this in last week's clip, but gonna bring it up here too. We asked Janssen after the Nashville game, like what he played Nico on the right. Nico's not like typically played in the right historically. What's the thought there? And he said, Nico believes in this team. Nico believes in the dream that and the vision that we have. So he's adjusting to playing on the right for now.
You said the words for now. You for sure know he said that.
And he said, and that's what we're doing for now. And then he smiled. He literally smiled. I wish you had the clip. And he literally smiled at the end and just stopped right there. And I think, right now we need Maxi Morales, right? Nico's still learning with the team. It's early on. But I think we are transitioning to Nico at the 10. And you saw it a little bit in this game, right? When we went to 3 in the back, Kevin O'Toole was playing almost that left wing position. And then it gave the ability for Nico to kind of float around. And then Nico would drop back to the midfield, and Maxi Morales would be a second striker. So you had like and you saw multiple times during the game where it was Kevin O'Toole, Alonso Martinez, Maxi Morales, and Hannes Wolf for Julian Fernandez on the right. And so you had almost
Didn't
four
Nico
up.
line up on the right this game?
He lined up on the left. Hannes was on the right. But you would see Kevin go all the way up and Nico float to the middle and play that 10 position. And that's why I think that's the direction Janssen's going, is like Nico's going to play the 10. We're going to have 3 in the back, and the rest of the team is going to support further up. And I think it's a great strategy because you saw that today. When you're that further up with the players that you have, you're able to put a lot of pressure on the middle. And so you have, Aiden O'Neill and Pereira or Shore and sometimes and Maxi able to really put a lot of pressure in the middle, so they have to go through the wings. And they couldn't get anything off there. You got Tavon Gray there, brick wall. And so I just thought, yeah, I really think this is Maxi's last season, and they've kind of told Nico, we're going to put you on the pitch as quickly as possible. You're going to have to play out of position, and then we're going to get you in position next year.
I hope if it is Maxi's, I think we should ask this question to Maxi next game, next home game. Like, what? Because don't you want a victory lap for him?
Yes.
Don't you want to, I think he should make an announcement like, hey, this is it. So then everybody shows him love.
Yes. A standing ovation.
You know what I don't want is what happened with Taty. It's like we didn't have any closure really, and then it was like this is his last game, by the way. And it's like we needed more.
Yes.
We wanted that closure. We wanted that ride to the sunset. And for Maxi, we need to have that. We need to get him getting that standing ovation every game before it's his last game. You know what I mean? I don't want him to just be like, oh, we went to the playoffs, we won or we lost, and now we're finding out he's retiring. Like, nah, let's celebrate him every last game we have with him.
100%.
So let's ask him. I'm gonna forget.
But also this is a little bit, and I'm looking at you, camera one. This is on the team. Like the team needs to communicate it. 5-minute
but if
video
it's-
clips after the person's left when we already heard the news on Twitter from Fabio or whoever we hear it from is like not, or Tom Bogert. It's not enough. We want to be able to be part of this process and be able to say our final goodbyes. And so if this is in talks, let us know, homie.
Well,
let us know, NYCFC.
We should ask Maxi, though.
We
And maybe
should.
he won't give us a straight answer, but I think it's still a question that I think the fans want to know, because then you would cherish those moments a little more.
Exactly. Well, we know Maxi watches the stories. We know he watches the clips. So, Maxi, we might cut this. You retiring, homie? Let us know. We want to know.
Don't
We want to
leave.
praise you. Please, don't go.
Yeah. Where are we going? Little credit to Nico, though. Nico, I believe the MLS guys gave Nico Fernandez Marcao. You got to say Fernandez Marcao. You know that, right?
I like just saying Nico.
Yeah, I like Nico too. But Fernandez Marcao. He's been playing wow. And what I like about him is he progresses the ball, and like it's somebody we needed like that. We needed somebody who was just gonna be like, I don't care, I'm gonna make decisions and I'm gonna progress this ball. And I think the MLS guys had an interesting stat. Do I remember it now? No, but they had an interesting stat on like how he progresses the ball and how it's made a big impact for NYCFC. Talking about the MLS guys, they've been giving us some love. What do you think about them giving us love? I always get hesitant when we start becoming, they said we're the dark horse, but when we start becoming favorites, I hate it. I'm like, nah, just keep us on the down low. I'd rather always be the underdog. Are you like that? Or are you like, nah, I like being the top dog?
I feel like they don't give enough attention to NYCFC, so I think their opinions are a little invalid. And so, like, if I don't like them when they're being negative and not talking about NYC and not considering us a good team, then I also don't want to hear about them when we're playing well. And they're like, oh, look at this team. We know they're how good they are. And look at what they're doing. I just feel like we as a fan base and we as, like, media just understand this team a lot better. And you hear them say stupid shit all the time. And I'm just like, yo, you guys have to do your homework and like pay attention to this team. Like, we're big. I know we don't really have maybe like the
Big names.
the big names, but like we're in a big city. We have a strong fan base, and I just think they focus on the big names, the big teams that maybe have the higher viewership numbers. But NYCFC is consistently good. You know what I mean? And so I heard him say some nonsense. I don't remember what it was, but it was like I don't know. I can't remember anymore, but I remember just thinking, like, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
I will say early on the season, our wingers weren't as gelling as well as they probably should have. Hannes was a little bit cold. Julian and Ojeda were non-existent. And Ojeda, first of all, is back. He's been playing phenomenal as of late. Like, he's got real potential to be like that guy. Like, now I'm like seeing it. Like, this is why we signed this guy, because I didn't see it for a while. You tired, buddy?
A little bit.
Then we got Hannes, who's been playing lights out. So I will say I could understand in the beginning of the season seeing our wingers and maybe saying like, oh, this guy, they have Alonso Martinez, but do they really have threats? But now it's all starting to come together, and I'm on the Pascal Janssen train right now. Like, I'm starting to believe him.
Were you ever off that train? We've been on the Pascal Janssen train from day one, bro. The first press conference.
I mean, I always liked his personality, but now I'm like liking that it's all coming together as well. It's not just his personality and how real he is. It's like the on-field performance is also starting to come with that too.
Yes, and also the like in-game decisions that are being made. Like, he doesn't just stick to the game plan. You know, as you mentioned, we've had slow starts. We've had situations where team players aren't playing to their potential or their ability, and he goes, nope, you're out, right? He'll take you out. He'll change the formation. He'll do whatever he needs to do. I wish we had the stat, but like, you know, how often he makes adjustments and what it leads to is a huge thing. We talked about it a little bit in the clip last week, but you know, in that Nashville game, I keep going back to it, but just because it was also an incredible game, was that Maxi was trying to press and was putting no pressure on the back line. And so he was like, actually, we're going to put Maxi back. We'll have Pereira play up on defense. And then on offense, Maxi will go up and Pereira will go back. And like the transition that. And as soon as Pereira moved to like that 10 position on defense, Nashville couldn't do anything with the ball. And it was crazy. It was like for 10, 20 minutes, they couldn't do anything. And it was like, wow. Like he saw that, he made that adjustment. And I asked him, Trey pointed it out. I asked him, like, did you do that intentionally? Was that an adjustment? Or do you think we'll see more of that? And he was like, yes, it was intentional. We saw that they were playing 2 center backs further back. And so Maxi was ineffective in that situation. So we put Pereira up and we made that adjustment. And like, you wouldn't see that, I felt like, from Nick Cushing previously. It was like, whatever the game plan was, we'll stick to it, regardless of whether it's working or not. And so really appreciate what Jansen's brought to this team.
Yeah, his adaptability is crazy. Anything else from this game that really stands out? Matt Freese, good performance as always. Aiden O'Neal, great game.
Yes.
I mean, solid game from everybody.
Yes.
I think this was, would you say this was one of our best games?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, it felt like we were in control of the game like 95% of the time.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way. But they did have some injuries. I guess, does that discredit our win at all? Who did they had Oriano, who was injured. They had Miles Robinson, who was injured. Do you think that do you think if they had their full stacked squad, the game might have been different?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how long these guys have been injured for, but they kept a clean sheet the past 5 matches. And they recorded 9 goals in the past 5 matches. So I don't think all those players got injured last week. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they did. And that you're able to put a clean sheet with the talent that was on the pitch, I think is impressive.
I'm just confirming. Yeah, these guys were. Yeah, you're right. Well, Miles Robinson was in, but Oriano wasn't.
Yeah.
I agree. But let's say we go to Yankee Stadium, we play Chicago, and we suck, and we lose 1-0.
I think you mean DC, but yeah.
I forget who we play.
We played DC United.
Oh, yes. We played DC. Does it take away from this win?
Well, it takes away, I think, maybe not from this win, but I think it takes away our... like how we feel about the team, right? I think we're all thinking, oh man, we might actually be able to do some type of run in the playoffs. We might not just be eliminated in the first round or go to the 8th, seed. I think, we have a really tough next few games, and we're so important to win every game possible. Jansen said every one of our games is a finals now. Because we're lower in the standings and we just can't give up any points. And so I think you see that the team historically, and actually I have stats in the drive sheet, but the team has a fantastic record further up, a fantastic record on the top 5 teams. Like they hold a 7-2 record against
opponents that they played against that were ranked above them when they played.
Yes, but players ranked below them, they have a 6-2 record. That's a huge difference. And so like we have a tendency of playing up to the big teams, playing down to the bad teams. And like I think the DC game says, all right, we've improved collectively as a team. Our floors may be lower or higher than it was before, but can we keep that up against a bad team? They're the worst team in the East, DC United. And so, but we've lost 2 other games against the other 2 teams that were the worst 2 teams in the East, Toronto and Montreal, when they were down there.
Yeah. What's crazy is, let's look at the standings. We are 8th. DC United is last. Cincinnati, I believe, was first before the game. Mm-hmm. And we could really control our destiny. Like, if we win a couple... Look, we could get 3 points and we'd be in the top 4.
Yes.
If everybody else, lost or whatever the case was. So, we really are in the thick of the thing with 44 points. and the top 3 teams have 54, 50. Like, we can really catch up to these guys if we have strong performances.
But what's crazy is that the majority of the games are against the top teams in the league. So we play DC United. I think maybe we play Chicago Fire. I might have shared the games there. But we play Charlotte FC. We play Inter Miami. We play Columbus Crew. It's right there in front of your screen. Like, there's just tons of good teams that we're playing. We play Charlotte FC, who's also up there. And we play the Red Bulls, which, you know, is always and Philadelphia. So, like, really, Chicago Fire and DC are the last 2 games that we have that are, quote-unquote, easy. And after that, it is a grueling next 6 games.
So how many points do you think we get away with this? Like, okay, DC United, we play. Do we win?
We got to.
3 points. Chicago. Where's Chicago in the standings right now?
Bad.
Chicago.
10th.
We should win that.
We should. I think we beat them earlier
points,
this
so it's
season.
not that different.
And it's away.
Yeah. What I do want to talk about the away record. Right now, we have 17 points. Last season, we had 17 points all of last season. We still have 3 away games. So we can outpace ourselves. We've already won more games than last season. So we're way better on the road. And I think Ganton actually mentioned that there was a question like, he's like, I heard this was a problem in previous years. And in the beginning of the season, it was a problem. But we're focused on it. And it's clearly working out because we just went to Cincinnati and beat the hardest team in the league. Mm-hmm. And then the away games that are going to be tough, Red Bulls, Philadelphia. That's going to be a tough one. But
even the home games are tough.
I know. We got Inter Miami, Charlotte, and Columbus. These are all top 4 teams.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes.
And
if you look at it, because of what happened with Leagues Cup, we were playing Columbus, Charlotte FC, and Inter Miami in 7 days. 3 games in 7 days.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
So, like, think about it. Like, even just playing those teams back to back when you have 7 days to get ready for it is tough. Now you have all 3 of those teams within a 7-day span. You gotta beat DC United. You gotta beat Chicago Fire because
those are like our weakest opponents that we
Yes.
have a shot. But I mean, you're playing 3 home games. It's just that schedule is going to be brutal. And I know we were worried about Haak and Gustavo. Bro, we need both of them. Everybody's going to be so tired during this stretch of games.
that is a very good point.
Also, they changed the time on these games.
yeah, bro, you out of the loop because they sent out like
No,
few
I know, but
notifications
one
on
of these
this.
games is like a 12 o'clock game. Is it a Friday
Yeah.
game?
I don't remember which one's which.
I'm going to be
but-
working. All right. I think we talked enough. A little quick against DC United. What do we know about them?
We know we have a historical record of 12-5-7. We know that DC, once again we said it, worst in the league with a 4-9-15 record.
Pretty bad.
And they're last in the standings.
Dude, you know what their goal differential is? Minus 29. That's like our league games. Our rec Sunday league games. That was how bad our goal differential was. I think we might have actually beaten them. We got better towards the end. We only lost by 1 goal or 2 goals.
Our record was 1-1-6 for our rec league. Does
Yeah.
that fall or better or worse DC United when you take that? I can't know if I could do math fast enough.
Worse, bro. We're definitely worse than DC United. We had Nick Cushing coaching us.
That's messed up because Halen coaches. You listen to this.
Don't listen to this pod. Hey, what else you got?
I forgot to look at the odds, so I do not have that. But actually, I did see something. DC haven't kept a clean sheet in 8 matches.
Is it true they haven't won a match in 12 matches? Haven't won a
Yes.
game in 12 matches?
In 12 attempts, yes. So DC United is terrible. And so if I had to put money on this game, regardless of the odds, 1, I think NYCFC is going to get a win. And 2, there's not going to be a clean sheet. So I would potentially take the over 3.5. I'm sorry, over 2.5. Because we also suck at getting clean sheets. And when it's the worst team in the league, we love to give up own goals as well. So I don't know if we're going to get a clean sheet. I think it's going to be over 2.5. And I think we're going to destroy DC United.
This is one of those games where, like, Alonso scores, Hannes scores. And I'm going to leave it at that. Maxi scores.
Bro, you know how, like, I feel like once a season, we have, like, 5 goals in one game?
Is this that game?
I feel like this could be that game. And I really need it, bro, because I put early Alonso Martinez for Golden Boot winner. And it's like $10, and it's plus 300. Like I get $300 if he wins it. He's not too far. He's got 15 goals now.
He's pretty far. Messi's dominant right now, dude. So the top scorer right now is Sam Surridge from Nashville. Then Lionel Messi, Evander.
Yeah, but look, it's 20 goals. If you go down, Alonso Martinez is at 14. Bro, if he has one of those hat trick days and he's up to 17, he's right back in it.
The fastest hat trick in NYCFC history.
And not only that, but we have 2 games on most teams. We've only played 26 games this season. Most other teams have played 28 games, which is why we got this crazy back-to-back-to-back nonsense. If you go back to the standings, you'll see games played. Yeah. That's like a real thing too. So he still has a chance, homies. He's 26 games played.
Yeah, and that's the least amount. Oh no, Inter Miami's you lucky Messi's getting injured and all that, but yeah, I don't think he's winning the Golden Boot, bro.
He still has a chance.
That's
gonna be double or nothing my money.
That's gonna be a tough one. All right, I think that's a wrap, right?
I think that's
Are we showing up early? I want to show up early
to this match, bro.
Yeah.
You're always no.
You can't.
No, it's Hayden's birthday.
Are you showing up at all?
I don't even know. I'm trying to get an early birthday event going on 10 a.m., 10 to 6, 10 to 6:30. That's a solid 8 hours. And then I go to the
5.
game.
Yeah, make it happen, bro.
Right, but I'm definitely not showing up early. You can show up early, though.
I'll show up early.
You've been
Somebody
missing
hang out with me. I don't want to be alone.
Also, guys, right before this, we played soccer. We played Good Rec, the league. And I think we're going to start doing this every Monday. So if you guys are down, let us know. We'll be there. Also, Good Rec, give us that sponsorship, bro.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, Queens. If you guys want to play Queens/Brooklyn, I'm right in between. I don't know where. We might be playing in Brooklyn side or we might be playing on the Queens side. But yeah, come out, guys, because we need some extra players. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
All right, y'all.
Peace. All right, peace.